If you're planning on setting up your business in Dubai for tax reasons, it's important to know that what you're doing is actually correct. Of course, if you're actually planning on moving to Dubai and setting up your business here, well then your goal is to legally reduce your taxes down to zero. But a lot of people set up their business here, move here, and just start doing things here and just simply expect to not pay any taxes back to Canada. Although your intentions might have been right, your execution could have been wrong. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over some steps that you can take so that you can try to ensure, of course, there's a lot more that has to go into it, but steps you should be doing in order to become a taxable resident here and become a non-tax resident in your home country. Hi, my name is Kevin. I'm a partner here at GenZone, where we help people set up their companies here in Dubai, relocate to Dubai, get golden visas, get residency visas, set up bank accounts, and do a lot more. And we've helped over 100 people relocate to Dubai in 2023 alone, so it's safe to say that we know what we're talking about. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because, unfortunately, even though you might work with a consultant that might sound like they know what they're talking about and might have authority online and might have a good presence on Google reviews, they have a lot of reviews. Oftentimes, maybe not them, their partners directly, but some of their employees might lie to you. Some of their employees might withhold some information. Maybe even the partners or the owners of that company might withhold information, not tell you the entire truth. And the reason why is because a lot of people just want you to set up. They just want you to move here. They want your money for the consultation, and they avoid telling you a lot of things that will turn you away from moving to Dubai. But the reality is, if you actually want to set up here in Dubai, you need to do it properly. You can't just work with anyone and just set up here, because it's going to cost you way more money down the line. I've heard of stories of people paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes from years that they thought they didn't have to pay taxes because they weren't set up here properly. So let's go over exactly what you need to do. And of course, this isn't the say all be all. You do need to have a one-on-one consultation with either us or an expert consulting team so that they can tell you exactly how to reduce your tax burden down to zero. Because of course, everything varies on a case-by-case basis. So please do not take this as tax advice or financial advice. So the first thing you need to do is cut your ties from your home country, or the country you are currently a resident in, the country where you are currently paying taxes in. Simply leaving the country and moving to Dubai without letting anybody know about this is not sufficient. So brings me to my step 1, declare this to the tax authority in your country. If it's Canada, declare this to the CRA. Number 2, declare this to the health services. So for example, in Ontario, Canada, where I'm from, we have Service Ontario, where you can discuss your healthcare and these services. I have to call them and let them know, hello, I am becoming a non-resident. Please stop this health plan. And also for the CRA, I told them, hello, I am now a non-resident. Please note this in your system and please update my address to where it is today in Dubai. So that's the very first step you have to do. And of course, after that, if you have anyone who is paying you anything, you need to declare that to them so that they can start withholding tax if needed. And you need to declare this to any financial institution in your country if needed. So that's the first step. Now, in addition to this, there's also a form that you can fill. It's the NR76 form. It's optional. You do not have to do this. So now that you've declared your non-residency, it's time to actually take action and become a non-resident. So the first thing you need to do is give up your primary residence. If it's your primary residence, sell it or rent it. I would suggest to sell it. Your assets, you need to realize the capital gain/loss at the time of your departure. It's important to do this. You can't just take your assets and keep them and never pay tax on it. You have to pay tax on the day you exit. If you have crypto, you have to pay tax on that crypto before you exit. A lot of people say, no, it's fine, just take the crypto, come to Dubai, and just wait 5 years and you don't have to pay tax. That's not correct. That is not the appropriate way to do it. That is not how you should do it. Either realize the gain and pay the tax, or keep it unrealized and pay tax on the market value at the time of your departure. So that's very important to do. Consult a tax professional, accountant to assist you with this. So the next thing you have to do is ensure that if you have a spouse or a common law, that they relocate with you. That's important. They need to move away from Canada with you. And if you have dependents, same thing. And that would actually wrap up the number 1 ties that you have to get rid of. These are your primary ties. So your primary residence, spouse, common law, and dependents. Get rid of those ties to Canada. Now, moving forward, we have other ties like your credit cards in Canada, your bank accounts in Canada, your subscriptions in Canada, your memberships in Canada. These things are secondary ties. They will not make you 100% a tax resident, but it can definitely contribute together or individually to making you a tax resident. Basically, what the government of Canada will do, or the UK will do, is look at your profile and determine, is this person really living in the UAE, or are they just trying to pull a fast one and pay no tax there and still live in Canada? Now, this video is about Canada because I'm Canadian, and it might depend on your case, but it's very important to get rid of these ties. No matter where you are in the world, you don't have to get rid of all of them, but you should definitely take action and start getting rid of them. memberships, things like this, definitely get rid of them. If you're not going to use them anyway, then just get rid of them, save yourself some money. And depending on the country where you live, it might depend case by case, so please consult with a tax professional or book a call with us down below. We'll explain it to you. So that's very important. Now, the next thing you need to do is ensure that, okay, now that you're a non-resident in your home country, am I a resident here in Dubai? So of course, you're going to have to get residency by setting up a business and then hiring yourself under the business. We do the entire process for you. Don't worry, it's very simple with us. So once we hire you under your company, you will get what's called an employment visa. And with this visa, you will have 2 years of residency, which is renewable. It will not just end after the 2 years and that's it, done. You have to pay a crazy fee. It will be renewed. Of course, you have to pay to renew it. But then at that point, you can renew it as many times as you want. And hopefully by the time it's renewal time, you're just getting a golden visa, which is a 10-year visa. We just made a video about the new update on the golden visa right here. Check it out. But at this point, now you're a resident. Fantastic. What do you do now? So just being a resident isn't enough to be a tax resident. Just being a resident in Dubai doesn't mean you're necessarily a tax resident, because you can be a resident here in Dubai and only spend 1 to 2 days per year here. And of course, that wouldn't make sense for you to be a tax resident, right? What's important to do is spend enough time here. So number one, you should spend a minimum, and I mean minimum, of 90 days per year in the UAE. And number two, you should spend more time in Dubai than any other country in the world. And I'm saying Dubai, it's not a country, I know, don't try to correct me in the comment section, but you should spend more time in Dubai than any other place in the world, because it's very important that you have more ties here and you're more established here than any other place in the world. So the 90 days will give you the domestic tax residency certificate, but if you spend even more time at 6 months, you'll get what's called the international tax residency certificate, which is even stronger and even better if you do spend a lot of time in another country. So that's what I would suggest to do. Spend 3 to 6 months plus. I personally spend more than 6 months per year in Dubai. How could you not? It's a fantastic place to live. But I would suggest the same for you. Don't try and trick the system. The taxman in your country is not dumb. It's a direct investment for them to look into you and make money back from you. If they can invest $5,000-$10,000 into auditing you to get $100,000-$200,000 back, it's a no-brainer for them. They will do it. So make sure that you do everything properly. Have the right tax consultants, make sure your accounting is done properly, make sure that your reporting is done properly. And of course, here at GenZone, we can help you with the entire process to make sure that you're actually set up properly. We don't just set up your company and say, all right, bye-bye. It's important to make sure that the steps before are well taken care of. Your exit strategy is good. Your company setup, that's the easiest part for us. A lot of people just advertise it as, oh, it's just a company setup and you're good. It's not that. You have to prepare properly before, do the setup, and then prepare properly after, and execute properly after, and have proactive planning and thinking after your company is set up so that you are not deemed a tax resident in your home country. So if you want to learn more, let us know in the comment section down below. And if you are ready to relocate to Dubai, we would be more than happy to be the people to help you, because it is a long journey, but we are here to help you along yours. So if you have any more questions, book a call with us down below and we would be happy to assist you.